And what is going on, everyone on YouTube? This is Mark Gaming coming at you with the third update for what is now Hurricane Helene. Right now, we're just giving a little update as to what's going on. Currently, as of the 10 o'clock advisory, 85-mile-an-hour winds. It is a Category 1 hurricane, forecasted to be a potential Category 3 to a Category 4 hurricane by the time it makes landfall in Apalachee, Florida, while moving north into Tallahassee and also moving north into Georgia, where tropical storm warnings are also in effect for pretty much every county in Georgia. So let's get further into this. This is what we are looking at right now. The inner core is not well established, luckily, because there is a broad area of maximum winds that is helping to, at least for the moment, to limit intensification. However, should the maximum winds contract a little bit, it could increase the chance of rapid intensification, which is likely given Dmax happens overnight anyway. So we could, see the potential of Dmax happening tonight. Now, strengthening wise, like I said, we're probably talking a Category 3 or a Category 4, but let's talk about this. The fact that as of right now, we are already having flash flood warnings in effect for Tallahassee, just west of Tallahassee, spreading into South Georgia because of the rain that is already falling well in advance of the landfall that is coming into an effect 24 hours from now. So this is already going to be a major disaster in terms of flash flooding, in terms of the Panhandle of Florida, including Tallahassee, Apalachee, Panama City, things of that nature. Also, storm surge is looking to be in the grounds of 10 to 20 feet for the Florida Panhandle. This is not survivable. This is the last day, mind you, that you have to get all your preparations in place. Evacuation orders have already been sent out, I believe, on the coastal areas of Florida, but this is the last day to get preparations in place before the hurricane comes in, forecasted to make landfall around 6 to 8 o'clock tomorrow night. Now, one thing I do want to do, I want to look at the threat and impact levels. We're going to look at this and see what we're looking at here, because the tropical storm force winds, they have it extended all the way out. Like, this is a monster storm. Tropical storm force winds possible from Tampa Bay to Gainesville, pretty much the entire state of Florida, but 50-mile-an-hour plus winds from Tampa Bay, Gainesville, north to Macon, Atlanta, then diving back southwest towards the I-85 corridor and back towards Destin. Our main point right now looks to be Tallahassee and Apalachee, Florida. That is looking to be greater than 110 miles an hour with hurricane force winds spreading as far north as potentially Columbus and Macon, Georgia. So, wind threat is going to extend well beyond the coastal areas, hence why tropical storm force winds and hurricane force wind warnings are already in effect for a good chunk of the southeast. Storm surge threat, again, looking to be 10 to 20 feet from Apalachee to potentially just north of Tampa. So storm surge will be a factor, and storm surge could also be a factor on the East Florida coast, Southeast Georgia coast, and South Carolina coast. 1 to 3 feet of storm surge is also possible there. Flooding rain threat. Pretty much a lot of areas are looking to be flooded, and this doesn't even show all of it. As a matter of fact, I'm going to get off of this site, and we're going to look at another site that'll have a little bit better. Here we go. This is what I wanted to see. So the first 3 days, Tallahassee, and then there's also an area just southeast of Knoxville and Chattanooga, just east of there, potentially high risk of flash flooding, and even moderate risk, which is 40% or higher flash flooding, over a huge chunk of Florida, East Alabama, pretty much all of Georgia except for the very slimmer part of Southeast Georgia, West South Carolina, West North Carolina, and East Tennessee. So what's going to happen is this storm is going to come on in and then wrap around to where this is where all the heavy rainfall is going to be. Want heavy rainfall? We got it. And it's not good either. Let's look at the GFS models to see like how much rain are we talking about from this storm. We're just going to go throughout this weekend. And actually, I may have to go even further beyond than this, but let me see. Okay, this may be good. Okay, so yeah, by then pretty much the rain's pretty much gone. So the next 4 days, total rainfall estimates anywhere from 5 to 10 inches in Florida, and then Georgia 5 to 10 to even 12 inches, and then in West North Carolina 8 to 12 inches, 2 to 5 inches in East Tennessee, maybe 6 inches when you talk about the Appalachians. Central Tennessee around 4 to 6 inches. East Alabama 2 to 6 inches, somewhere in that range. And then wrapping around as the low comes around. So Memphis 2 to 5 inches possibly. North Mississippi 1 to 3 inches. Can't rule out some flash flooding in extreme North Mississippi. I think that's mainly going to be towards Memphis though. Can't rule out some isolated showers as far south as Starkville for Mississippi State and all that. But in terms of the games, let's go ahead and get that out of the way. Now, Mississippi State, they play on the road, so this does not affect them, thankfully. That's not what I wanted to look at. I wanted to look at radar. If we can pull that up, that'd be great. Okay, here we go. The rain should pretty much be done for the Tuscaloosa and Georgia game, so that's good news for them. But the bottom line is this. If you live in Florida or South Georgia or East Alabama or hell, even all of Georgia at this point, you need to be prepared for at least tropical storm force winds, more than likely hurricane force winds in the panhandle of Florida, near Tallahassee and Apalachee, Category 2 to Category 3, maybe even Category 4 winds, and storm surge of 10 to 20 feet, not survivable. Again, tonight is the last night you have to prepare for these kind of conditions. I will be doing another update tomorrow morning, and then I will probably be doing a live stream tomorrow night, probably starting at about early afternoon, and we're going to carry all the way through until landfall and even afterwards, and we're going to track this thing all the way through. Hope you guys will join us for that, but until then, guys, Mark Gaiman signing off, and I will see you guys tomorrow morning.